Welcome, Pisces, to your April 2021 reading. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I appreciate it so much. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Now, let's get into this month's reading. Now, just remember that these readings are general readings. So if something doesn't resonate for you, just let it go. Those messages aren't meant for you. Just take what resonates. Now, this month, wow, you have a royal couple. Now, I just did the reading for Aquarius, who also had a royal couple in their reading as well. They had the fire sign, the Wands couple, the King and Queen of Wands, but you here have the King and Queen of Pentacles. And when you have the royal couple, this is the energy that surrounds you in your reading for April. Now, this is earth energy, and this is quite good for you because it really grounds you. You are a water sign and you are very emotional, and sometimes you just need those earth people around you to ground you and make you feel a little bit more secure and strong as well. But when you get a royal couple, these can represent people as well, and people that are going to be very significant for you. And these are earth signs, so this can be an sorry, I just had a mind blank. This is a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn in your life. And they are going to be quite significant. So I also see that you do have the star sign here. Now, this is an Aquarian, and the Aquarian was the sign that I saw the royal couple. So you could be having some significant events with an Aquarian as well. But just to let you know about the court cards, they can describe people, but often it's their character more so than their star sign that they do describe. So as I mentioned, you start out with the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, it talks about a lot of magic going on in your life, and there's quite a lot of abundance for you in April as well. Now, often because these are the coins, the discs, the pentacles, they do represent money, but the abundance can come in many forms. But I feel like this is a time when you are able to manifest a lot of what it is that you want. And this often does have to do with money and possessions, but you are harnessing the strength of this queen and this royal couple in general, and you are really figuring stuff out and taking a down-to-earth approach to a lot of problems that you have, regardless of what the problem is, whether it's to do with your family, your friends, your partners, in a relationship, your work. You are taking a down-to-earth approach to solving any issues that you are having. And you're really being called on to make sure that everyone around you is having their needs met as well. Now, you mustn't forget your family and friends just because you're really busy. So whenever you get the Queen of Pentacles, it does remind you to use kindness in your interactions with others. And, you know, you might think you understand their situation, but it's quite possible that they might be going through more than you actually know. So the Queen of Pentacles really asks you to just consider, like I mentioned, that down to earth approach to deal with any problem that might arise in April for you. But seriously, Pisces, I really don't see too many problems for you because you've got the star sign there. And I absolutely love this card. This is the card of making a wish. There's a couple of cards in the deck like that, but really the star sign, the star card, sorry, is a card of hope and faith and true understanding. And you know what? It's right above the Ace of Cups. So I feel for a lot of you, you are really entering into a new depth of understanding in all of your relationships, whether they are family, friends, loved ones, partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives. I feel like you are really entering into a wonderful new level of understanding, and it really shows that your choices have been so right that you can actually now begin to make some long-term plans. And for a few of you, this could be talking about marriage or building a future together, because you've got the Four of Wands there, and that's the marriage card for a lot of people, or building a strong foundation. And you could be, for a lot of you, doing this. And because you've got the Ace of Cups thrown in the mix there, I'm feeling this does have to do a lot with your relationships, or certainly if you're not in a relationship or you have no interest in being in a relationship, this is to do with building a strong foundation for yourself, whether it has to do with your home, your job, something you're passionate about. You are putting a lot of energy and effort into that, and you've got the Chariot there, and you are moving forward, Pisces. You've got that forward moving energy that is really talking about things going well for you with and having a lot of success. But just to go back to the star card there, I really feel like you've got this sense of purpose now, and it's really allowing you to see that you absolutely have this abundant future ahead of you. You can't not have an abundant future when you've got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So I feel like in April this is becoming quite apparent to you. But as I mentioned, that star card is that card where you need to make a wish, because you are on the right path when this card comes out for you. And it means that long-term plans are going to work out. So why not make a wish for whatever it is you want? Because I feel that there will be a success for you in whatever area of life you are needing that wish come true. Now, as I mentioned, the Chariot card there, that is that card of moving forward, and really it's a card of heading out on a big adventure, something that you have never done before, or something really, a situation where you are, it can be a little bit not difficult, but traditionally the Chariot is a card of duality as well, because often it is portrayed in its traditional imagery with two creatures, sometimes two horses, two wolves, two dogs, two animals of some sort or another, one black and one white. And the charioteer is asked to grab these two that are wanting to go in two different directions, harness their energy and their power, and use them to drag the chariot forward in the direction that they want to go. So I feel that you are going to be doing a lot of this in April as well. Now, this could also mean that a few of you will have to be juggling things to try and make a few different people happy all at the same time. And also it could mean that you're juggling your priorities as well. Um, and just making sure that everybody's needs are fulfilled and all of your obligations are fulfilled, and that kind of stuff is going on in April. But as I mentioned, it is trying to harness and balance a lot of opposing forces within you sometimes, Pisces. And you're trying to master many things at once. And this can also be, you know, with your mind, your thoughts, your ideas. It's like you've got a dedicated purpose in April, and just out of sheer will, you are going to succeed, Pisces. And, with this card, it can often talk about an award or an up and coming job offer. And it also is a card about promoting yourself, and you should feel safe to do that as well. So if you're in the media, or you're writing a book, or you're on YouTube or something, you really have the strength and the power to promote yourself. You should do it because you're going to be really successful. And this can often talk about the most basic of things. It's actually going on a trip somewhere. I don't know where you are in the world. You might not be able to do that. But for some of you, this could talk about going on a small journey, or a journey by water, going in a car, train, plane, something like that. But definitely traveling on a journey. Now, you have the Three of Wands there, and this is that card of having planted your seeds and waiting for your ships to come in. This is quite an interesting energy, and it really is almost like you can be sure, and it's right next to the Chariot, but you can really be sure that even though you might be pausing and reflecting on a lot of the stuff that you have done, whether it's your work, something you're passionate about, something you're creative about, being creative about, you can be you can be quite encouraged, because you have reached a level of success. And this card can also be talking about not all of the rewards for your efforts may have presented themselves yet. You might have quite a lot more successes coming through for you. And as I mentioned, the Chariot card there absolutely talks about success. And it's, this is always described as the waiting for your ships to come in kind of card. But really, there absolutely is no need to wait, because you can start planning for your next phase now, because there is success there for you. And you can really be thinking about how you can move on to the next step. How can you expand on your plans if you have put anything in motion in your work, or, as I mentioned, a creative project? But you might be casting your eye out on the horizon, waiting for your ships to come in. But when you get that Three of Wands, you need to dream big, Pisces. Dream bigger dreams. You've got the Star card. You can dream for the world, dream for the universe, dream for the stars, because there's so much success here for you. Now, just to go to that King of Pentacles. Now, traditionally, this is a Taurian or Taurus, but again, this is a general reading. So this can also even describe someone that might not be an earth sign at all. It can just be describing a person's character that you could be significant in your life. And this describes somebody who's they've got the Midas touch. They're a business person. They're very good at making money, and they're very organized. They're quite affluent a lot of the time. And it's almost like this person's one of those people that everything they touch sort of kind of turns to gold. They're really good in they're really good at being a manager or running a business, or that kind of organizational skills. And they've got this need to take care of other people as well. Um, and sometimes this often shows that because it is a pentacle and it's to do with money and affluence, often the way they care for people is by giving them money, because that's the easiest way they know how to show their affection and their care for people. So they often give to charities. They're a very charitable person. But sometimes they can be a little bit of a workaholic as well. So if you know someone in your life that sounds like that and they're not an earth sign, this could be describing them, and they could be quite significant. Now, you could very well be in a relationship, in a brand new relationship with someone who is like this, or an earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo. As I mentioned earlier, there is an Aquarian there, so you could be in a new relationship with any one of these people. But what the King of Pentacles does talk about is a time of incredible prosperity for you, Pisces. And you can just, again, this is another card saying the same thing, that you can just be assured that your plans are going to be turning out exceptionally well. You are going to be successful. And if you've had any money issues, when you get this card, this is almost like money is like just falling from the sky. It just appears everywhere. Whether you've been not in a financial position, you might get a job, you might get a rise, you might get a promotion, which gives you more money. You might even win some money. People give you money. It's that kind of energy for you in April. So that's such a time of abundance. That's wonderful energy. Now, the Ace of Cups there, a beautiful, brand new emotional experience. And this is whether you are in a relationship or not. But quite often this talks about a new relationship. It can even talk about the birth of a child. But it's certainly the birth of a wonderful new heartwarming, emotional, honest connection with other people or another person. And it does quite often herald a new romance. So, but it can indicate a really very close, significant, intimate, platonic relationship as well. Doesn't need to be a sexual relationship in any way. So this could be, as I mentioned, with a Taurus there, because it's right beside the Taurus, the Virgo, or the Aquarius. But what the Ace really does signify is just a deepening of an emotional situation. And it's just a beautiful, loving energy. And it's also a deepening of spiritual and psychic experience as well for a lot of you that are on a spiritual journey at the moment. But when any Ace shows up, it always speaks of new things. So this is absolutely the beginnings of a wonderful new emotional experience with family and friends, and a new beginning in your intuition. You might be finding that being a little bit more sparked. And it can also talk about a new home. And it's right next to that Four of Wands, which is building a home, building a structure, building a strong foundation for yourself. So I'm absolutely seeing some of you moving in with somebody new, or getting married and moving out together, or just moving in with some close friends. There's definitely this building of something wonderful in April. And a lot of you, I feel like for some of you, you have been feeling left out in the cold here. You've got that Five of Pentacles, and this is that card where if you have been struggling financially, there is absolutely a change in April coming through for you. But if you also feel like that something has been lacking, this has, to me, really, it's just a perception that you have had. And when you get the Five of Pentacles in a reading, if you have been feeling that a certain relationship or situation in your life has been lacking, if you just change your perspective, you are going to be able to see that it really isn't the case. And, you know, while this card's orientated to financial worries, it just represents an absence of feeling like you've got no friends, or you haven't got a romance, or you've got no opportunity, or you've got no love in your life. It kind of represents a lot of, it just represents that feeling of you lacking. But, you know, of course, as long as you focus on what you don't have, then the law of attraction only brings you more of that. So when that Five of Pentacles comes out, it really indicates there's a helping hand not far. And don't be too distracted or too proud to accept it. And I feel like this royal couple is there to give you a helping hand out of this situation, out of this feeling. These could be good friends of yours that are really going to be able to help you turn any negative feelings that you may have, or this feeling of lack, or that you're missing something. Turn it around and get you enjoying life again. And that leads into your final card there, Pisces, and look at it. Savoring pleasure. It is such a beautiful card. And these cards in general, just looking at the simple imagery in them is just lovely, because it really, if you focus on them, you might notice little things. You might notice a mirror, you might notice the candle or the rose or the perfume, something that is meaningful to you and speaks to you and gives you a little message in the cards. Because these messages, these are your spirit guides talking and giving you messages. This isn't me. I shuffled the cards and this is what came out. But your mantra, or what you need to repeat to yourself if you're in a quiet meditation, having a beautiful bath just there, like on the card there, is I fully embrace bliss in my life. And the meaning of this card is fill your life with people, experiences, and places that bring you delight and joy. Live deliciously. Release the need to be practical in all situations. Surround yourself with beauty and sumptuous pleasures. The universe wants you to know you're not meant to solely work hard and be dutiful and diligent. Life should be lived abundantly and fully. Give yourself permission to be happy and experience profound gratification. Embrace pleasure whenever you can. Create personal environments that fill you with deep satisfaction. Cherish your friendships. Love often and deeply. Allow your senses to be satiated. See, hear, taste, touch, and feel the beauty within and around you. Drink well, eat well, and dance into the early hours of the morning. How wonderful is that message, Pisces? So you need to really have some fun and nurture yourself in April. You have this wonderful, beautiful new deepening emotional experience coming in. And I'm seeing some wonderful, stable, abundant energy. So have a wonderful April, my beautiful Pisces. And I hope to see you next month. Bye.